Hello there, this is Caesar on Toast, and you're watching episode 16 of All the Mods 2, my modded Minecraft 1.11.2 playthrough. And as you can see, between episodes I've done a little bit of building work. I've expanded our kind of laboratory area here, moved the smeltery over, got a little side passage so I can have more access to all the different sides of the machine. Moved over my double ore processing place, and we are ready to start with Mekanism today. So I did a bit of mining in between episodes. We got some osmium ore, and osmium is basically the core material for Mekanism that no other mods really use. So we're going ahead and we're getting a lot of osmium ingots, and they're going to come in very handy for us later. I don't think there's anything else to show that I've done here. I kind of changed up the floor a little bit, make it look slightly more stylized. I didn't like how much sandstone there was in the room before, so I've gone with this basalt, which kind of contrasts with it really, really nicely, and I was already using it in the ceiling here. So now we have 4 levels of access. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in fact. Ah, that's nice. And you can pretty much only get between the top 4 using the elevator, but this one now there is a staircase inside the house, and I think this room looks really great, to be honest. Please do leave suggestions for buildings anyway, if you don't think that I've got this quite right. And now that I notice this, we can stick our elytra in the item repairer, and it'll get a bit of durability back, so we'll just leave it there so it fills up. And I hope that this is keeping up with the power. Yeah, it seems like we're getting enough power to do this, and we're done with that now. So basically I noticed in the last episode that we had Mekanism in the mod pack at all, and we're going to need to make a couple things before we can get the jetpack, which is kind of my goal for this episode, because you need to make a lot of the Mekanism machines in the first place to be able to get the jetpack and keep it fueled. So it's kind of going to accelerate our way through the mod if we have a goal like this. So to start off, we need some osmium, tin, redstone, steel, and I believe the control circuit from Mekanism is osmium and redstone. So osmium, tin, and redstone is all we need to start off. We also need the metallurgic infuser, which you're able to combine metals with different stuff. So that needs osmium, iron, redstone again, and we're going to need some cobblestone for furnaces, but I believe we should have some furnaces lying around somewhere. Always like to keep a few spare. Don't think so though, unless they're in here. Yeah, we've only got one, so let's take that one and take enough of that to make another. Actually, I wonder, do we need multiple of these? Because some of them you want to infuse stuff with coal and others with redstone. So right off the bat, we should really be looking to make this process as streamlined as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and get the materials to make 2 of these at least. And then we're going to need a way of powering them. And I wonder if they can take power from other mods as well, so we're going to have to find that out. Otherwise we're going to have a separate power system for Mekanism, which isn't the worst thing in the world. Nice to kind of compartmentalize some things. So we've got those. I believe this is tin, and osmium is downstairs, so let's grab that. And oh, we got well over a stack, which is good. Let's get to work. So to make the metallurgic infusers, let's get 2 of those going. Here we go. And they don't stack, that's fine, we can live with that. And basically we're going to stick these here. I think is not a bad place. So we've got the cables there, and can you see out the back of these? No, so that's alright. We'll just stick that there, and we can fill in that gap here. Oh, gonna have to go through our secret compartment to get right there. And we need a couple of cables there. I think I've left some in the chest. I like to have my base quite neat looking, and yeah, those don't look too bad there. So we can hide all this gubbins behind here. We don't really need to worry about how this looks. It's gonna move this down just to save on cables, because we don't actually have too many of them. So if we just go like this, and then that, and then this, and we're good. We could actually, could we save on a cable by moving it one over? No, I don't think so. So if those start to power up, yep, they're full of power. We can now start to make some of the other things we need. So we need osmium and a bit of redstone, and that's going to give us... So we've got redstone in there now and an osmium ingot, and that's going to give us one of these basic control circuits. What are the other things that we need? And we might even go for the armored jetpack this episode too. Just need some steel, diamond dust, and bronze to add to it, and that's going to give us a little bit of armor. I'm not going to get rid of the elytra. I'm not sure how they're going to work out with this thing. There's a lot of cool tools in this mod though. So we're going to have to play around with it a bit. So yeah, where's that gone? Oh yeah, basic control circuits. And we also need, we've got the 3 tin. We need steel. So to make steel in Mekanism, I think you need to make some kind of refined iron. So let's go grab some coal. And there's 2 steps to this, and then you need to smelt it. In fact, let's just take a stack. Here we go. So we need first to put our coal in, and we needed 2 steel, so let's just do 2 while we go. And this will make some kind of coal iron mix. I'm not too sure what it's called. It might be this enriched iron. And I think then once you've got the enriched iron, you can use that to make steel dust by putting another coal in. So you basically have to do this process twice, and we might want to automate this later on, but for now, because we're only making a couple of bits of steel, this should be fine. Just while we're waiting, we can have a look at some of the things they've got. There's these nice plastic blocks could be used for crafting, and we've got some interesting power generation like gas burning generators, wind generators, solar generators, all kinds of nice things that you would come to expect from a top-notch tech mod. So there we've got the steel dust, just bung it into the furnace here, and before you know it, we've got 2 steel ingots in our chest. Fantastic. I think we're nearly there with this jetpack, in fact. So we need just the gas tank, so we can craft that up. And we're going to need a way of producing hydrogen next once we've got this. So here we go. Jetpack is crafted, and we can just stick that on. Looks very, very nice on us. I think you can change the modes on it or something. Let's just have a look in the controls for that. Mechanism. Here we go. So Mechanism, armor mode switch is F currently, so let's try that. That's just swapping things between our hands. It's like, oh, that brings us back. It doesn't remember where we were. I guess it must be this, and let's go H. That is also conflicting with something. I guess we don't really need to do it right now, but that does look pretty awesome, you must admit. The other thing we might want to get is the free runners. So they're a little bit more complicated. So we need 2 circuits. In fact, yeah, we definitely want these because the free runners combine really well with the jetpack because they negate fall damage in exchange for using a little bit of energy. So let's go ahead and try and get these. So we need 4 enriched alloy because there's 2 of those, some gold, redstone, we need 6 enriched alloy and 2 circuits. So did I go ahead and put the redstone in there? So these get the circuits, and then enriched alloy, in the same way that we put redstone into the osmium, we can put redstone into the iron ingots. And here I am just being an idiot. So we need 6 of these, and I've got 2 machines, so I might as well make the most of those. And then the other bit was gold. So let's go run up and get gold while those are working. Really like this mod. Mekanism, I think, what Thaumcraft does for magic, Mekanism does for tech. It's just like a really powerful mod, very well balanced, and gives you a lot of cool items that also look amazing. So kudos to whoever develops this. It looks really nice. There's also this little robot guy, the Robot. Needs a bit more complex stuff. Yeah, gonna need diamond for that. But this guy's basically a portable crafting table and a storage thing. He's really, really cool. So we've nearly got enough of these. and then we'll be able to make the free runners. And once we've got all that, the next thing we need to do is have firstly a way of making hydrogen, and secondly a way of putting energy into things. So we need one of these charge pads, which needs 2 steel. So let's go ahead and start making some more steel here. So here we go, free runners. First things first, I need to make those, so let's make 2 of those. Here we go, and we've got enough left over for another one, but we don't need that yet. And then we got the free runners. So these go on your feet, and they stop you from taking fall damage. They kind of remind me of the little things you get on the back of your feet in Portal that stop you taking fall damage in that game as well. So it's pretty cool, and it doesn't look too bad with this Psy Metal stuff. It makes me feel a bit like a spaceman, even though I'm still wearing my pirate outfit. Don't really mind the mixing of themes in Minecraft mod packs. Just a little bit of everything. I'm living in a flipping Egyptian temple here with a lot of high-tech stuff. It is based on the Temple of Anubis, I mentioned this before, which is a map in Overwatch. Need to stop making reference to that game in my videos. So here we go, got some more steel, and this is to make the charge pad, which is going to be something that comes in useful for a lot of stuff in this mod, because it can transfer energy into all your items just from standing on it. It makes a cool sound as well. So where has that gone? I thought I saw it before, but it's gone somewhere. Oh, there it is, right down the bottom, of course. So we need another energy tablet. Let's go ahead and make that. Oh, we didn't make our enriched alloy. So it was 2 of those. And we're also going to need some stone pressure plates for that. Wow, a lot of crafting in this episode, but this is what it's like to play modded Minecraft, I guess. Is just a lot of running back and forth. We need this material, we need that, and Mekanism is going to make it a lot easier to automate some stuff as well for us. There are some pretty cool ways of getting ore in it, and you can get quadruple ore if you do it right. So we might want to aim for that eventually. So we've got the steel, very good, and we can make our charge pad. So I wonder where we should stick this, really. I think for now we can just have it hidden in behind here, I guess. Maybe put a torch in back, and because I don't have enough cables, we'll just leave that there, and when I stand on it, energy starts going into our free runners. So we're going to need to stand here not for too long at all. And so the next thing we need is an electrolytic separator. If nothing has changed in this mod, that would be really quality, because then I know exactly what I'm doing. So we need electrolytic separator and a pump. So these things are very, very useful, because this will give us some water. So we need 4 steel casing for that, 2 enriched alloy, and then for this we need an electrolytic core. Oh my goodness, and that takes a lot of some dust stuff, and 5 enriched alloys. So that's 7 enriched alloys and 4 steel. So let's go for that. Enriched alloy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we're going to need 14 coal in there. And wait, oh goodness, I've done the wrong thing. Okay, we're going to end up with 7 of the steels as well. It's not the worst thing in the world, so we always need more steel eventually, probably. So let's go ahead and make those. We also need a place to put water, and since this is kind of a messy thing, it's tough for me to choose a place for this, because it doesn't look the best, because you need that little pool of water to get things running. So I'm gonna go ahead and get 2 buckets of water and fill them up. I've actually got a shortcut to the outside world here. You just have to burst through the wall. I will be doing something with this eventually, but I thought, oh, why not why not have a little way through to the lake that's a shortcut, and maybe we use it as an escape route at some stage in case anything goes terribly wrong in the base, like our nuclear reactor blows up there. That wouldn't be great. Having a little bit of a lag spike here. Never mind, it's finished, and we've nearly got all our enriched alloys. Fabulous. So we're gonna go ahead and plonk down this pool in here, I think. So if we just take this, where are we going to put it? I guess we could have it in the floor. It's not ideal. Let's just dig this whole thing out, and why not just use our tool that goes really quickly. That's probably a better way to do it. So mine out this whole area, and we've actually got the space then to put maybe a 2x2 of water in the floor here. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to fill in the wall so we can't see our wiring though. And then get rid of this back wall. Excellent. And so what we're going to want to do is put our pump and stuff in the water maybe. So we've got this, and we will need this up later, but this is just to get a functioning prototype basically. And we need some glass for that, so let's just go up to our storage room, grab some glass, pop back down. Super simple. Love these elevator things. They're so helpful. And bung the steel in there. So once we've got our 4 bits of steel smelted up, which should be right now, very good, we can make our pump. Quality. Here we go, and pump. Sweet. And we've still got a decent amount of osmium. That's what I like to see. We're going to need gold dust, iron dust, and osmium dust. So we can just stick 1 bit of those in the crusher, to be fair. So let's get 1 bit of gold dust, 1 bit of iron dust, and then 2 bits of osmium dust as soon as those are done. Wonderful. Let's take that, and then we'll take that, and... oh, I just put it back in, sorry. Frustrating to watch sometimes. But this is the stage we're at. We're kind of probably early to mid game now with the tech. I know that seems a little of a low estimate for where we're at with all this stuff, but we do have a long ways to go towards automating this, and we don't even have a proper storage system still. But we'll live with it. So we can now make that. Oh, we're missing 2 enriched alloys, huh? Are you in there? How did I miscalculate this? That's terrible. I'm sorry. So let's do 1 in here and 1 in here just to speed us up. Fab. So, our pump. This, I imagine, needs to go on top of the water, so let's stick that there. And we also probably want a mechanism wrench, so let's just have a look at this. Is there a hammer? Don't know what the tool's called. It could be the configurator now that I think about it. Yeah, so we're going to need another 4 bits of enriched alloy. That's fine. See, you need so much of this, I should have just mass produced it. But that's fine. So, where's our electrolytic separator gone to? Here we go. Fab. I'm going to want to put this probably on top of the pump. So it's pumping water into our electrolytic separator. And also, we probably need more cables. So have I put those? Ah, they're here. Sweet. So this is going to come around the back here and go into there and go into there. Nice. Yeah, and they're starting to work. Awesome. So basically what we've got here is the water is going up into the electrolytic separator, and it's then separating it into hydrogen and oxygen. And you know what uses hydrogen? The jetpack. Excellent. So while that's filling up and making a ton of noise, I might add, maybe I should go up, and we've got a... oh, it's so loud. What am I going to do about that? We do have a sound muffler, so let's grab this. And let's go put it down there because this is incredibly annoying. I won't be able to use my bass at this rate if it's got that much noise in it. Holy moly. Has that... Wow. That's awful. Let's just turn our block sounds down then to like 3%, because I imagine that's what controls that, and our master volume down a little bit too. Yeah, that's a lot better. So if we take this away, does it increase? I have a feeling that this block isn't compatible with Mekanism. Sorry about that, went to my desktop there. So let's just leave this by our portal, and maybe put it somewhere more convenient so I always remember that it's here. Why not stick it in the roof? That's horrendous, but I'm gonna leave it there because it's gonna annoy you more than me. So popping back down, we've got our machine running, and it's now stopped because it's full of hydrogen. Okay, we should put the jetpack in then so it fills up. And then what we also want is a way of putting the excess hydrogen and oxygen into tanks of their own, or just to remove them. So we can dump the excess oxygen for now, because that is going to be... that once this fills up, it's going to stop getting hydrogen. And so we need to just dump the excess, and we don't actually have a use for oxygen at the moment, but we do want to have a way, because the jetpack has a lot more storage for hydrogen than the electrolytic separator. We need some kind of tank. So we need a gas tank, basic gas tank. It takes the osmium and the redstone. How can we upgrade that? With some enriched alloys, of course. Everything in this mod takes enriched alloy, it seems. So let's just start with this. It's got 64,000 capacity, and this jetpack seems to not have that much. So even that is good enough for us. So let's just craft one of those. We're gonna be very happy that we made this later on. So if we stick that there, does this pump out into it? No. They need to be... Oh no, it does. It does. So we can just use this as the middleman, and this will accept gas from the electrolytic separator and fill up the basic gas tank here. So that's really good. We should go try out the jetpack now, once I drop off some of this stuff that we've got, and we'll see if we can do something else for the rest of the episode after that. So we can just plonk down all this stuff somewhere. Maybe we have to make another chest for it. Or we can just dump it off here. Yeah, that's fine for now. I will come pick this all up later. And we will also need to make the configurator eventually, and neaten this place up before the end of the episode. So this is going to fill up while we leave, that's fine. And we don't even need to worry about excess, because once it fills up, that's as much as we can store. And let's equip our jetpack and fly out. Oh, we're in the air. And it would be nice to have the elytra once you fly up, to be honest. The jetpack's going to be useful for like vertical flight, and also if we can get the hover mode to work. So let's just go into the settings and see what's conflicting with it, because I imagine that everybody's got the default controls. So let's reset the keys and see what is conflicting. So it seems like blood magic, we can just set everything to right bracket, because I'm not using that at the moment. And then maybe we can do a mechanism here now, using H probably for hover. No, so something is conflicting with that. We've got a mob totem, so let's just get rid of that. Still conflicting. Anyone else using H? Want to own up to that? It doesn't look like it, to be honest. What could it be? Ah, here we go. Cyclic key bindings. Let's just get rid of those because we're not using any of that. And we might be good now. If the H is... yeah, it's clear. So we can press it and you can hear that it goes from disabled, regular, hover in the bottom left corner. It's pretty loud, so I won't annoy you with that. And basically, if we're on hover mode, we can walk out and we are hovering in midair. And the graphics for this are so cool. I really love the way Mekanism looks. And can we use the blink while we're doing this? Will this affect us? So we can blink, and it's not using too much of our fuel. And so we can hold space to go up, hold shift to go down, and then if we press H quickly twice, because it's going to disable us in midair, so then we need to go to regular mode and we can fly around a lot quicker. And so if we use a combination of the jetpack and the elytra, that would be pretty cool. Definitely going to be carrying both around with me. Another advantage of the free runners, so they let you not take fall damage. I wonder if that's... Yep, so that's completely balanced. A non-enchanted, pretty cheap item giving you infinite feather falling, pretty much. So there we go. Didn't even take any damage at all. Just takes a little bit of energy. So that's fantastic to have. I'm so happy that Mekanism is in this mod pack now. So basically, I'm going to go neaten up the place and make some more Mekanism machines, and we'll see if we can do anything else before the episode's over. Oh, and he nails the landing. Yeah, I've finished off neatening up this place, and I've added a bit of extra functionality and aesthetics to here. So basically we've got an improved system for getting our hydrogen from 4 electrolytic separators, and this is all, apart from the cables, is all from the Mekanism mod. So I'm really excited to build some bigger machines with this later on, and I think it's going to be really nice to have this in our base, apart from maybe the noise, but I have ways of dealing with that. It also seems we're bottlenecking on power, so we might have to look into getting a bit more of that eventually. But basically we have the advanced gas tank now, and it's completely filled with hydrogen. So these guys actually might not be accepting power anymore. I'm not sure if that's the reason, or if we actually have bottleneck, because these machines right next to it are running full pelt and they're not actually getting used up. But anyway, so we've got 4 electrolytic separators going up into basic mechanical pipes. This is just steel and a bucket. These guys are basic pressurized tubes, and they're used to pass gases between machines. So we just gather all the gas from there. Pumps getting powered, and they go to the advanced gas tank, and this charge pad also has a cable running into it, so we can charge our free runners. We've also got the configurator, which is just like a Mekanism wrench, so you can pick stuff up. That was a shift right click, and this thing is also really cool. It takes electricity to run, but very low charge as well. If you hold shift and mouse wheel on it, it'll show empty, configurate heat, different modes that this thing goes in, and then to use it you just shift and right click, so we're rotating. Actually, I think the rotate mode's not that great. I think wrench mode is actually a bit more powerful than it, because in rotate mode it'll just rotate the side that you touch it on, and in wrench mode, if you just right click rather than shift right click, it'll actually let you wrench things. Ooh, what's that? Oh, it's just like a visual glitch. Cool. So there you have it. Mekanism, really cool mod. Got my jetpack, got my free runners, and I'm all ready to go. So I'm just going to play around with this more off camera, and I will see you next time. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.